Prerna is already here with us. So Prerna is a influencer, a jewelry blogger, and she's a entrepreneur, a jewelry designer herself, having studied for this long jewelry and then getting into working closely with the trade. And she's worked with a lot of large brands as an influencer, talking about fine jewelry. So we're going to be catching up soon with Prerna. So meanwhile, again, I'm going to be asking, sharing a bit about Arch and our programs. So I remember as when I moved into the city in 1995, and I realized that the city had so much of resources, gemstones. So we have Style Keeper who's here. Okay, view. So I'm just going to have Prerna join us. Yeah. So I was just sharing that, our 4-year bachelor's in design program is affiliated to the University of Rajasthan. Hi, Prerna.
Hi.
Welcome. Wow.
Thank
You.
you.
Look really cool, yeah. Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
nice
How are you?
background. I like that. So I
Thank
was
you.
just sharing about you that you studied jewelry, and that's how it really makes a difference. That somebody who knows the finer nuances of jewelry, and then is talking about jewelry and working closely with big brands as an influencer, and trying to make a true difference to something that we all really cherish and we love. So I was just telling about my love as well, that when I stepped into the city in the year 1995, and as a young girl, I don't know how, where entrepreneurship could, that little spark inside me really got me inspired to start a course in jewelry. It was jewelry that actually inspired me to start Arch College of Design and Business, where I
How
had
lovely.
studied fashion. Yeah. And I felt, the city had so much of raw material, resource persons, all the big people who were, trading in gems. And it was a great opportunity to serve them. The industry needed to be served with good designs. And I realized a lot of these people were actually traveling so much abroad. They were getting all these amazing catalogs, and they would actually pick up most of their design ideas from these catalogs. And I said, when I studied design in fashion, I realized how much it was important to understand that our own sensibilities need to be in our design language.
Absolutely.
And that's where I felt the need of starting a 3-month course. And today we are so proud that, we have a 4-year bachelor's in design. I think it's the only bachelor's in design.
I believe you've also completed 20 years with the institute now, right?
Yeah. This is our 20th year. And, the place that I'm
Congratulations.
sitting, I used to have a classroom here with just 2 rooms in my residence. And today we have a campus which is 65,000 square feet area
Wow.
with a very well equipped laboratory. You've already been to the campus, yeah? So you've seen us. So we've got all the.
Yes, I have. And it's a wonderful campus. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Prerna. And
Jaipur, anyways, is very close to my heart because I hail from Rajasthan. So Jaipur has a very close connect.
Is it? You're
Yes.
from Rajasthan. Which part of
Yes.
Rajasthan?
So I'm from a small town called Bagad, which is very close to Jaipur, about 3 hours from there.
Wow.
So
And
my ancestors hailed from there.
And I come from Sadashar, which is Churu district. Though I
Oh,
never
lovely. So my Nanihal is from Pilani. So originally, both I'm from Pilani and close to Jaipur.
Oh, interesting. Though I was born in Bengal and brought up in Bengal, but मैं मारवाड़ी बहुत अच्छी बोल लूँ हाँ
चोखी बोलो.
आज पूरा इंस्टा चैट भी मारवाड़ी में कर सकती हूँ आराम से so that's the kind of
That's great.
yeah. I'm sure you can speak Marwadi as well.
Absolutely, I can speak fluent Marwadi.
Yeah.
So
Come on,
in Rajasthan, nobody can take me for a ride for sure.
Yeah. चलो आपा दोनों जना थोड़े 2 मिनट ताई तो मारवाड़ी में चैट करा आज
चलो बिल्कुल करा.
अरे wow, yeah, I love it. So that's so great, And in my family here, nobody speaks Marwari, though they're all from Rajasthan, everybody speaks Hindi or English. So I feel very good when I get to speak Marwari. So I'm really glad. I was thinking that you're going to be wearing all precious gems and things, but you've come in this whole bohemian style look.
So I made a change altogether this time because otherwise I'm dolled up with diamonds and gemstones. I said, let me give a boho look altogether different.
That's cool. That's really nice. So Prerna, just share, how it's been working closely with big luxury brands, talking about gemstones and having fulfilled their dreams. I think every woman has this dream to actually buy a precious piece of jewelry, yeah. And I think
Yes,
every man has a dream to actually gift one precious jewelry piece to his wife,
that's a
or
better dream.
yeah. So both ways, it has a very special piece because it's timeless, and it really makes a difference because you actually can pass it from generation to generation. So
Agreed.
here we have the jewelry industry where I was just sharing a couple of facts that there has been a major meltdown in this last quarter with
Yeah.
almost 70% of a breakdown in terms of sales,
Mm.
specifically to the US. But I'm still quite surprised that despite the lockdown, there was 30% of sales, which simply means that there is still a great aspiration for this whole work. And as we know that the GDP already of the country has a major stake from the gems and jewelry industry with almost
Absolutely. It has about 7% is from the
yeah,
gems and jewelry industry.
yep. And around almost like 13% or something that gets into exports, right?
12%. 12%. Around 12% in exports. Yeah.
In exports. So I think these figures are very lucrative, and that leaves us all with a great hope that jewelry is something that is just seeing a bit of a, क्योंकि कहीं होता है ना कोई चीज बहुत अच्छी होती है उसको जरा सा भी
Yeah.
फर्क पड़ जाता है ना तो दिखता ज्यादा है और कोई
Yeah.
चीज थोड़ी थोड़ी होती है इंक्रीमेंटल अच्छी हो रही होती है तो उसके ऊपर में नुकसान कुछ आता है तो दिखता नहीं है. So I think that's what is more evident when we're looking at the jewelry industry. So Prerna, share, how has your experience been just a little before the COVID, how you were looking at, how the industry was looking at jewelry and how all the business projections and everything. And now just after the COVID, you must be getting all the conversations coming to you, the business owners talking to you. So just share your views on that. Yeah.
So, Archana ji, you know that our work requires a lot of travel, and I would probably be traveling almost 10 days in a month, which was pre-COVID, and I just like before the lockdown, I literally a day before I had a shoot which I finished, and I was quite certain that the lockdown is going to be for a very long time. Am I audible? I'm just wondering. So,
Perfect.
okay. So, it was quite challenging initially because we were never prepared for something like this that it's going to go on so long. But I think everyone adapted to it in a very beautiful way. Immediately, what we saw is what we were doing offline in a trade show or even otherwise, we immediately moved everything online. Everything, like within a week, we were all going digital, like in a big way. Until then, the jewelers kept thinking, ऑनलाइन क्या करेंगे सोशल मीडिया करना चाहिए या नहीं मार्केटिंग स्पेंड्स है कि नहीं but things just changed completely like 360-degree change altogether. I mean, in fact, you must be feeling that even in the education industry, because obviously you all do majority of your show courses in the institute, but how things have changed for you in the education scenario, I'm sure I'd like to hear that from you as well, like once I finish. So the jewelers, yes, initially they were hesitant because they really didn't know what was going on, what's going to be the future, which none of us still know. But that shift, the transition has started to come. So people are, as much as initially they were a bit negative, hesitant, and they didn't know what to do, but they are more positive now. I think also with having Akshay Tritiya in the middle of this whole lockdown, somewhere there was a scope of hope where people did make sales, although it was not as great as the past years, but it did definitely make a lot of difference. And the times ahead are going to be positive, although it may take about 6 months to a year. So it's a game of patience. It's like what I say is, लोगों ने अगर इतना साल कमा लिया है, एक साल तो थोड़ी patience रखे where they can afford to sustain their work. So
Right.
that's, I mean, personally, I feel that, but everybody knows their business the best.
So what you're saying is that all these years jewelers have made good profits, and it's just a little time, and I think they're required to have this
So
patience.
it's a
I think
testing
that's a
phase
very
for
beautiful.
every industry. It's not only for the jewelry industry. For every single person, it's a testing phase. But all we have to do is be patient, be positive, and deal with it. That's the only way to move on.
I got that. Yes, you're right about it because I think hope is something that keeps all of us active and engaged. And I think we are also doing the conversation from the hope that, we're going to talk about things which are going to change. Yes, they are for sure, because this is not a new thing,
Yes.
you're talking about the Spanish flu, or you're talking about, one talks about the Surat plague, or one talks about the tsunami or whatever. I think somehow human race has this ability to
I
completely be
lost your
resistant.
voice in the middle. Sorry, can you repeat what you said?
I was just talking about that, these calamities are not new to mankind, right? We've had
Yeah.
wars, we've had tsunamis, we've got plagues, to the Spanish flu, to kind of things which have already in the past has bothered us also. But, human race has come back in a very
Yeah.
stronger, in a more effective manner with new creations,
Yeah.
new innovation. Yes, it
Yeah.
definitely, it's a time to think that what kind of jewelry is going to be in now, because uh, there are a lot of artificial jewelry brands, I would say costume jewelry brands, which have
Yeah.
also, I mean, they have shut down in a big way because not having, can't see the opportunity much, right? But whereas if you look at the real fine jewelry business, which I still feel that, I keep getting these invites, कि हमें competition कराना है, we would like your students to participate in the competition. So people are looking at new creations there and preparing for a new future. So to tell me about a couple
Yeah.
of brands that you're working closely with and how they are seeing their jewelry, I mean, going ahead in terms of what are their plans, because I know everybody is another one more quarter to go or two more quarters to go, and then things are going to
Yes.
be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So ideally, I think things may pick up once closer to Diwali, because right now we're still in the transition phase. Probably around that time, uh, we should also consider कि अभी जितनी weddings होनी थी, majority of them have been postponed either to the last quarter of the year or somewhere next year. So
Hmm.
that's when the buying, maybe 3 months before that, the buying season will begin. That's again close to Diwali or before Diwali. So that phase is yet to come. And sorry, I lost your question again. Can you just repeat? Because there were so many questions in the order.
Okay, so I was, I'm talking about a couple of brands that you're
Yeah,
working with.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you'd like
Yeah,
to talk
okay. I
about,
got it. So,
what are the strategies that they are looking at?
yeah.
What is the, completely innovative thought process that you have come across, which is something that's completely an insight, because I know there are a lot of common facility centers that the government is doing, right?
Yes,
People are talking about getting the unorganized sector organized. That's an opportunity where again the jewelry industry needs to build trust, right?
yes.
So I know these are certain areas that people are working out, but precisely if you could talk about a few innovative ideas that people have really started working on.
So I think one, I would say that promoting jewelry from India, like we say, like our Prime Minister said, vocal for local, that is going to be very, very big. And I think we being Indians, we should be proud of the kind of craftsmanship and workmanship we have here. And I think students who are now studying should definitely pay attention to handcrafted jewelry, vocal for local. They should go all out on that. Just for example, like what I am wearing right now, this is Tarakashi, which is a dyeing art in Orissa. So it is in simple ways that we are promoting the kind of jewelry that and this is what the brands are also going to look at. Sustainable fashion, like in all different ways. People, you see, in fact, I see people also using toothbrushes of wood now. They use bamboo, so they are making that shift. Then why not in jewelry? When luxury can do that, when fashion industry can do that, jewelry is far more ahead, which needs to adapt to that. So I think
You're
these,
right, because I was just sharing because incidentally by mistake I got onto my own Insta account and I started sharing everything, and then I realized that I'm missing on where is Prerna, where is Prerna. So मैंने ये बोल रही थी कि because in my family background, because we come from Churu district, I've seen a lot of riches and jewels. So I always felt, precious jewelry was jewelry. Baki koi cheez jewelry nahi hoti. Even I was a young girl. Huh? Yeah. And as I went into design education and got more closer, I used to go to a lot of craft fairs as a young girl. So I was just sharing that I'm wearing an ikat textiles ka piece ka.
Oh, lovely.
Thing, yeah. So, there's so many ways one can look at, because I remember when I was sitting at the Jaipur Literature Festival also as hosting a panel, I was wearing indigo dyed वो मैंने शिवोरी के pieces का ये इस तरीके से strings पहने हुए थे, and it was very interesting, and I was wearing it with something with metal as well alongside. Yeah. So there's so much fusion that one could do, because it's all about your personality, what you want to wear, how you want to look, what makes you complete. I think jewelry is all about it's a statement of it's your personality. I think somewhere people need to break from that whole stereotype.
The stereotype mentality, yeah.
And I think the millennials are the people who are not going to follow the stereotype anyway.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a great opportunity for jewelers to look at how flexible they can be with their jewelry. Consider if they're making some heavy stuff, how it can be detachable to make it a more simpler one. So as these are ideas that are coming to me, because I am somebody who would not like to invest and keep it inside a locker. I'd like to wear it, more often.
But even with the brides today, they prefer jewelry that is more practical, because what happens is majority of them are working. So they want jewelry which can be worn than just put in the locker. So even when they give their brief today to jewelers, I mean, in fact, I've been chatting with a couple of jewelers. So there is a mix of what I have heard from them. There are people who are doing really good business despite the COVID. Things may have changed a bit for them, but they are making private sales which are phenomenal. And the other side, there are people also facing challenges. So right now, like I said, it's a transition phase. There's a mix of both of the things. But I think if someone works smartly, they can easily sustain this period. It's going to be very, very easy.
Yeah.
So people who have to make changes, they are making changes in the system. And not only jewelry, you see even the diamond people. Companies are changing digitally. For example, you see Forever Market. They are doing a forum which is digital this year. So everyone is making those changes. If you would have seen Dior did an online show this year. They launched their collection online. Tarun Tahiliani launched his collection on Instagram. He did an entire show on Instagram. So everyone is making those changes. So it's just a matter of time, and you need to adapt to it.
Absolutely. And I see that, whether it's the big jewelry houses, they have this whole, there's a new generation which has actually come into the business. And how the new generation actually sees the business is something that I think it's an opportunity for family businesses to actually look into, because they are going to bring the freshness inside the brand in terms of what the new age, the new generation would look at. And I think that's so tell me a couple of very distinct things that you have come across in these couple of months in terms of truly innovative ideas that people have adopted. If it's coming.
So a lot of them have moved towards digital. They're no longer the traditional way of selling jewelry. The second thing, people have started offering door-to-door services. So even if it comes to jewelry, they will bring the store home. Simple. You don't have to even step out of your house. In fact, I would tell you that there was one brand in the US. During these times, they would actually show the jewelry online, and if somebody had to make a payment and pick up the jewelry, all they would do is go to the parking lot. They would tap the card, collect the jewelry, and drive away. So these are the changes that So that was a private jeweler who was doing that, who wouldn't want to be named. But these are the kind of changes that are coming now, and I think the sooner we move towards it, it's going to be better.
So you write about it that e-commerce has completely opened new frontiers for everybody. In fact, all products being on the digital space. And what do you feel are, some key points that one should remember while selling online?
Jewelry is all about emotions. So no matter even if you're selling online, offline, or on any platform, you have to connect to the consumer. It has to, like वो बोलते हैं ना, दिल को छू जाना चाहिए. It has to be that. Because jewelry,
Yeah,
it's सिर्फ अभी की बात नहीं है. It's been jewelry has been around for years, for centuries. But it's always been about emotions. It is always, an engagement ring which revolves around emotion. Shadi ki jewelry, त्योहार की jewelry. These are the words that we use. Is everything related to emotions. So it's always going to be that.
absolutely. So I'll just share something with you that there is this organization known as Cumulus, which has got 250 plus institutions in art, media, design, and architecture. And they, along with Ecole Boule, they did a competition and they talked about the committee Colbert from Paris, which is again a consortium of all the luxury brands from France.
Yeah.
So they got together to do this competition with Cumulus, and we are a member institution. So our students also participated, and they talked about what is French luxury going to be in 2070.
2070. Wow.
Yes, that's how people are thinking.
Okay.
And all boils down to that feelings is what is going to become rare and precious. And I'm so glad that our students talked about a utopian world, and this, they secured position 3 there. And
Congratulations.
yeah. But the ones who came first, they made a nice film. It was from London College of Communications, and they talked about how feelings are going to be rare. And I think that's an opportunity for jewelers. And I think we've been tapping on this whole emotion and the feeling, the love, the connect, everything with a piece of jewelry there. But again, then the point here is that do you see that with the gold prices going up again in a big way, how is it going to impact the business?
So, I'll give you an example of Akshaya Tritiya. No matter the gold prices had started rising then, but people still made purchases. Yes, it can be a planned purchase now, but India में शादी, त्योहार, religious festivals इतने हैं, people will not stop buying gold. आप एक example देख लो कि सोना just before the lockdown was around 41,000. आज वही 3 महीनों में it is reached around 53,000. It is jumped how? But people are still making purchases. Although the wedding season has been delayed, so there is a change in the buying pattern. But ऐसा नहीं है कि लोग खरीदना बंद कर देंगे. आज वो 80,000 भी अगले साल तक बोलते हो जाएगा. I don't know होगा कि नहीं होगा. I'm not the right one to comment on that. But I think people will still buy them. It's not that they'll stop buying because शादियां तो तभी भी होंगी. And India में majority people who buy gold, it's not only about a feeling of emotion to purchase gold, but it was also a sense of security as an investment for them. So
Right.
I think India for generations, for years, has been seeing gold also as a form of investment and not just emotions. So I think that is always going to be there, no matter even if it's 50,000, 60,000 or 80,000.
You're so right, because over the last couple of months we did a lot of our alumni chats, and so
Yeah.
we had invited a lot of our alumni from the jewelry department, because we are very proud of our jewelry department specifically, and we have some amazing people who are working with amazing brands and
Yeah.
doing some significant work for them. So we had Shubham, who had worked as a marketing head for Amrapali.
He was from Valley, yeah.
Now he's with Sunita Shekhawat. We had Rupal, whom I remember. She's a young girl from a C class town, and then I had taken her to London for a program, and now she's presently, she's working with Sunita Shekhawat, Amrapali. Now she's working for Raw Mango. So
Oh, lovely.
yeah. We have Vishnu, who was working with Amrapali as a head designer. We have Vicky. He just did some assignment for Sabyasachi. So we were just, we were talking about. So everybody seemed to be very positive, and they just felt that it's just a small time, and things will be just great. And they are all preparing for the new future.
So how do you
It's
think, I
one
mean,
thing that
coming to that, in fact, I wanted to ask you, how do you see the education sector? What are the kind of changes that you will see in this sector after this whole COVID thing?
So the interesting thing is that we've already started with our session on 6th of
Hmm.
July, and we've seen that students were dying to come back. They're just so, excited about coming back to campus because they're missing life, they're missing all the youth activity and everything. So, but yes, the online has been equally engaging because we've tried to make our courses, we completely restructured them such that they could actually learn from their existing surroundings, because there's so much around us,
Hmm.
whichever city of India we are, our student is from. Talk about our jewelry craft, that's available everywhere. Our metal, our jewelers, I mean, हमारे जो गोल्ड स्मिथ होते हैं, सिल्वर स्मिथ होते
Hmm.
हैं, वो सब जगह आपको मिल जाएंगे. So हम इंडिया में we
Absolutely.
don't have the dearth of hands, we don't have the dearth of
Hmm.
craft. So it's very interesting that we've tried to use the local craftsmen, the ideas that they are going to build on, right?
Yeah.
And as far as the demonstration is concerned, I think it's getting very interesting. We are having all the equipments, we've brought in accessories to make sure that all the sketching and everything can be demonstrated exactly like on the screen, the way we are doing it, practically. In fact, I've seen that while we are in the class, when we are face to face, people do tend to do something or the other. Here, their entire focus is on the screen, and you can be caught on the screen. Their emotions are
I would
fully
make a
available.
confession. When I was in school, I majority of the times I used to be a backbencher, or even if I was in the front, I used to actually sit and do cartooning. And I mean, coming into jewelry industry was a coincidence or maybe luck by chance. I wanted to pursue character animation as my career. So I was
Wow.
very fond of cartooning, which I still
Okay.
am, but that was like my career choice.
uh, you still have a choice. You can get jewelry and character animation and all that together. I think there is an opportunity. I think jewelers would love this new innovation from your side. Huh? So I think you should,
I should think something on that.
because now it's completely disruptive. तो सबसे अच्छी बात पता है क्या है? We were all going by such a predictable way कि भाई जो norm बन चुका था इतने सालों का, we were all
Yeah.
following that kind of a norm. Now there's a complete whole new, opportunity for each one of us, and I think people are going to be completely open to meet these new ideas. So I'm really looking forward to have your, your cartoon kind of style go into your jewelry, and maybe I'll just try it out. I can really visualize how fun it's going to be. Yeah?
Maybe we should do that together. We can plan something together on that.
Sure, why not? So I see that our students are, but I just feel a little bad that we've got so many facilities on campus. The model making, casting labs, and the CAD CAM and thing. So that's where I feel a bit of a pain that the infrastructure is not being used. But we're all excited that maybe after Diwali things are going to be normal. Students are going to come back, and we're going to keep that open. But yes, online I feel. Requires a lot of self-discipline, and I think as professionals, as citizens of this country, I think it's a great opportunity for us to develop self-discipline, because
Yeah.
that's what is going to take our nation ahead. And I think somewhere with online education, you have to be fully responsible. And most of the time, our children, we've been so used to spoon-fed that we
Yes.
expect our colleges to also do that. And
Yeah.
design education cannot be spoon-fed, but yet parents have that expectation also. So I think now the onus completely lies with the student in terms of how diligent they are, how careful they are about what they're
Yeah.
learning, and how
Mm.
they can make the most of this education. And I think, because I just took a feedback, I take a master class every Wednesday with our students, and I got this feedback. The students were so appreciative of the teachers. They didn't realize that it's going to be so much of fun, and they're going to enjoy teaching and learning all the more. So
But
I'm
tell
glad.
me something, since you all do exchange programs, how is the international fraternity looking like within the education space? How are they looking at the whole scenario right now and going forward?
January we did a big international event. We were so fortunate that we did it from 25th of Jan to 30th of Jan, huh? And we did it. We tied up with the Jaipur Literature Festival, and we did the
Mm.
fashion show at Amber Fort. So all the
Lovely.
jewelry, the gear, and everything. So you can watch the movie on YouTube. and
Okay.
with Fashion Parokia. So we had institutions from across the globe. We had around 30 universities and colleges from almost 15 countries who came, and we had 80 speakers in 2 days. And we did, during that time, we had Rebecca Henan from Nova Scotia School of Art and Design. That's a university in Halifax in Canada. So we signed an
Lovely.
MOU with them for student exchange and joint projects. And right now, because they finished their session there in June, so they are on breaks right now. But yes, we've started communicating. So we've also in the process of signing up with Birmingham City University as well for exchanges. With Ecole Boule, it's
Fantastic.
already been 3 years we've been doing the exchange program with Paris. So I see that exchanges have really opened up a whole new space for our students and also for the international. So I was talking to a couple of brands here in Jaipur itself, and I was talking to them. So they were very keen that because they're designing for the international market, they were keen
Yeah.
that if I brought these students who had visited India to work for them,
Oh, lovely.
yeah,
That's so
because
amazing.
they have already been exposed to India, and we have given them a lot of exposure to the different crafts here, crafts specifically. And if these students could design for their markets there, because they know both the markets now well. So I think
Yes.
exchanges are very, very important. And with our 4-year bachelor's in design program, we offer this as a especially a opportunity in terms of going for exchanges. Yeah.
That makes that blend of East meets West. It's completely that blend.
अब तो कुछ भी नहीं, अब तो सब कुछ द वर्ल्ड इज फ्लैट, कोई ईस्ट में न नॉर्थ न साउथ, I in fact I also feel one more thing, that at times there were sufferings in certain parts of the world. Right now the whole world is going through a suffering, so
Yeah,
that has gotten us all very empathetic towards each other.
I know.
So
That's
I
true.
think that's also made a level playing ground for everybody. So in the past it was like कि कोई ऊंचा चल रहा है तो कोई नीचे चल रहा था, अभी सब लोग इस ट्रॉमा से जा रहे हैं.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that sensitivity will make a better future. So there's a question from someone. Can you please tell when will the online classes get started? It's already started, and with the new batch, the new foundation, we're going to start from after just soon after Independence Day. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I also see questions. Oh, someone saying the turban looks amazing. Please do a video on styling hair accessories. Oh, I'll definitely do that. It's gonna be coming up soon. And there are, let's see a couple of questions from what people are saying. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah, sure.
asking about the designer talks that's going to be conducted on the 8th and 9th. Sumita, okay. So I'll just, guys, tell you a little about the designer talks, which I was just talking to Archana ji about that this morning. So that's going to be conducted on the 8th and 9th of August, and it's going to be by registration, where we have 10 designers from India who will be talking about how they became successful, who were their mentors, and in fact, for people who are just starting off their business or who are semi established in their work, or even in fact for jewelers, how they can um, think of the times ahead and also financially plan things. It's going to be all about designs, because these people excel in designs. They are hardcore designers. So five are from the jewelry industry and five are from non-jewelry industry. So be it fashion, architect, photography, and everything related to the jewelry and design industry. So I think that's going to be a beautiful 2 days where you will be enlightened with so much knowledge and rich experiences from all these experts who are stalwarts of within their own genre of work. So I think that would be really great for you all to attend. If you all need any more information, please direct message me, or you can also check my stories where the contact number and all the information is present. In fact, we've also spoken to Archana ji about this, and we would love to have art students as a part of this. And
Sure.
it'll also be very nice for them to participate in the designer sparks, where we are going to be selecting 6 students who will get a chance to showcase any sort of design or any work that they have done in the 100 days of lockdown. So that becomes a fantastic platform for them to showcase their talent to all these people. So I think all the students from art should make use of this and definitely grab the opportunity.
Yes, I think Prerna, that's very important to hear role models, and it's very important to understand different perspectives to be able to actually evolve your own personal vision.
Yeah.
And I think it's a time where we all need to completely understand that we need to be contributing and be of service more than being self-centered. So I
Absolutely.
think it's a great opportunity where one gets to really meet the right kind of people with the right mindset. And I mean, if somebody's asking me, what does it take to be a jewelry blogger? So could you just guide people, uh, what would it
What it takes to
be
be a
like?
jewelry blogger. Uh, I think I would just put it in very simple words. A, you have to be experimental. You have to be bold. Uh, you have to be always ready for innovation and adapting to changes, and believe in your own style. There will be a lot of trends, be it jewelry, be it fashion, be it anything, but whatever is your style will reflect on your page. So don't ever digress from that, no matter whoever tells you whatever.
Right, correct. So being yourself is very, very important. And I think,
Yes, absolutely. And I think, that reflects because, say, for example, today, how you expected me to wear precious jewelry, but my look is altogether something different because I was like, hey, let me try something different.
hmm.
And I had to, because we cannot step out right now, I had to make do with whatever I had at home and I just changed my look altogether.
Nice, interesting. So let's have a couple of more questions.
Yeah, let's go through that.
People can ask us. I think we've had a good chat. So for us, here at Arts College, we have our admissions which are open for a 4-year bachelor's in design program. We also have a master's course in design and entrepreneurship, which I love it because I'm a homegrown entrepreneur, and entrepreneurship is something that's very
Yeah,
close to my heart. And so is it for you, I think, Prerna.
absolutely, absolutely.
You're an entrepreneur. So, the whole idea is to have young, people who are already graduates, they get soon into entrepreneurship. Even if they don't start their own business, it's
Yeah,
very important to have an entrepreneurial mindset, because I talk about entrepreneurship more as a mindset than being somebody who is actually just making business. It's about value creation. And I think that the idea of value creation is something that each person needs to completely own up, and our master's course is something that I have specially designed it to make sure that people, our incubation cell, the incubator that we have, can actually get them with ready businesses the moment they are out of the college. And even on the 4-year program, we have the incubation thing. We have an accelerator program. We may help
I
you
love that.
completely draw your business plan. Yeah.
That is amazing. I
So,
mean, I think these students are fortunate to learn all these things because when I learned jewelry back in 2002 and 3, there was nobody to guide me in those things because we didn't have that in our curriculum as well. Things were very different back then.
पता
So,
प्रेरणा मैं क्या बोल रही थी कि मैं आपके सामने यहाँ बैठी हूँ ना. I was just a young girl who came from Delhi, got married here. I wouldn't have been here sitting talking to you if jewelry was
yeah,
not something as a part of my life. I was not trained as a jewelry designer, but because I was from fashion, I could see that all design fields, they are interdisciplinary, and I could somewhere understand this when I was very young, and I started with a course, a 3-month course, then a 1-year course, then a 2-year course, and then a 3-year course, and then a 4-year course. So it's very interesting that how the industry has actually taught me, because डिमांड कहाँ से आती है, वो तो
yeah.
इंडस्ट्री को जो चाहिए और हम क्या देना चाहते हैं, दोनों तरफ. So I think it's a great opportunity when we have to look at how the industry supports academia in India, and
Yeah.
it's very important where this ownership both ways is.
Ma'am, can you begin doing Insta live sessions again on gems and jewelry? We miss them. It's very informative. Thank you, Malika. Definitely, I'm going to plan live sessions again soon. Then
Uh, that,
Where do
Okay.
we wear these? Where do we wear these over designer clothes? The question was there in my mind since childhood. Where do we wear these? I didn't get the question. I think where do we wear these over? I'm not sure of that question. Any other questions do we have that we need to answer?
Somebody was just saying that आपकी बातें बहुत अच्छी लग रही है तो मैं तो डिजाइन का करना चाहता हूँ. I said good, great. So there's some people speaking about what will we get out of the designer talk sessions. We'll take it. What will we get in terms of these designer talk sessions? So again, people want to know about that.
So guys, I think there is a lot to learn from the designer talks. I would, in short, just say that only if you attend this, you will understand what is this all about. But in short, if I have to tell you, this will help you understand how the stalwarts, when they create their collections or think jewelry, what is the thought behind them putting all this effort into their collections? How have they become successful? What it took them to get wherever they have today. So, in case if they've made mistakes, something they've done right, something they've done wrong, how they overcame all those mistakes. So, there'll be a lot to learn. I mean, that's all I can say.
So I have this person who's saying you missed my question because the question was very lengthy. It actually went into a shadow space. So if you can just write it in a much sharper
That's
way, it might help me. Yeah.
Anand. Anand, I think, and I would just call it Anand. Anand, can you please type your question once again and we can take it?
And we just missed your question above. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's meanwhile take if there are any other questions here. So they've asked you about the. Oh, she's asked you, ma'am. So I'm thinking to pursue an accessory design, but I don't know if it's right for me or not. So how do you figure out that you wanted to do something with jewelry? Okay. So and then actually, it's a strange and a funny story. I wanted to pursue character animation while I was in college, and okay, so my mom's phone is ringing. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. So I wanted to pursue character animation while I was studying in school and college, but eventually at that point of time, all the opportunities for that was in the US, and I didn't want to move to the US. So, being a Marwari, I had grown up seeing a lot of jewelry, like really a lot of jewelry, and I was always inclined towards art. So that's when I thought, chalo, let me give it a shot. Let me try. क्या हर्ज है try करने में? Because उस time jewelry से ज़्यादा fashion, people were used to go into fashion industry. But I said, chalo, let me give it a try. Jewelry industry may be for me. And the moment I did that, there was no looking back. So, but I would just like to say that I always was very progressive in some way, thinking things forward, and I was never hesitant to take risks. I would give it that try कि क्या होगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फेल ही होंगे ना ठीक है देखी जाएगी तब की तब but I would take that opportunity and not miss it out. So I think that really made a lot of difference. So similarly it happened for blogging because when I was doing jewelry for all these years, making that shift from manufacturing jewelry to turn into blogging was altogether a different scenario. And nobody was doing that in India. लोगों को पता ही नहीं था कि jewelry blogging भी क्या होती है. So that shift and that risk I had to take for almost a year or a year and a half, and then that whole change came, and now it's become a trend in India. I hope
Nice.
that answers your question. Yeah.
Interesting. So there's somebody who's asking, that how can you actually incorporate jewelry in interior design? And that's a very interesting question.
So if I would say from my perspective, there are two ways looking at it. If you look at interior designing, I'll give you an example. I just saw a show of the most wonderful homes around the world on Netflix. There's a program. I'm not sure if the name is correct. The first episode had somebody who had designed a villa from the tail wings and the wings of a 707 Boeing, 777 Boeing, sorry. So that is architecture. But why that interested me is because I could use those mechanisms in jewelry, which a jewelry designer may or may not think. But that is my influence of architecture in jewelry. Similarly, if I had to take it the other way around, I would actually probably have jewel artifacts inside the house. So, there can be there can be various ways you can have a blend of each other into how you put these things together. Archana ji, what's your take on that?
Yeah, because you've seen all the big guys in the Middle East, they've got taps to, everything inside the homes, which are made out of gold. And so
Yeah.
I think, it's been
There
always.
are bathtubs of
Yeah,
malachites
yeah,
and
yeah.
jade and rose quartz and name it, and it's there.
Yeah, jewels you can put anywhere. You can put them in clothes. जो आप नकली पत्थर लगा रहे हो उसकी जगह precious stones लगाओ, उसमें precious लगाओ. You can always do it.
Absolutely.
So it
Absolutely.
depends upon your client. It depends upon the pocket. It depends upon the budget. It depends upon the luxury you want to and the kind of maintenance you want to have around it.
Yes.
So I think everything can be taken everywhere. It's just how innovative one can be in terms of exploring that. And if you have a client who can invest, why not? Why not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are there any other questions that we're
Yeah.
May I know your inputs about Jewelry Incorporated? We've done that already. Thank you, ma'am. It was great, Archana, ma'am. Oh, thank you, guys. Archana ji, would you like to add anything more? That's
I
before
think
we
we've
sign
had
out.
that and we spent some 45 minutes, and I think the human mind can only focus for 40 to 45 minutes, right?
Absolutely.
Beyond that, it goes there. So I think they're saying that it was an insightful session and they were
Thank
great.
you, everyone. Yeah.
And I'm really thankful, Prerna, for sharing so candidly, open, and making sure that the students, the point gets across, because we don't want to use jargons. We definitely
Yeah.
want to make sure that we make a difference to young people's life.
Absolutely.
Young people who are looking at pursuing a career. So एक question मुझे याद आया, किसी ने पूछा, what is that the jewelry industry would expect from young freshers who are jewelry designers or want to be a part of the jewelry industry? What is expected out of them? So I truly feel that, मैं आपका भी view लेना चाहूंगी, पर मैं ये मानती हूँ कि it is more important, because skills सबके पास होती है जो भी कोर्स कर रहा है या पढ़ रहा है, पर एटीट्यूड जो है ना वही मायने रखता है. और एटीट्यूड अगर आपका सर्व करने का एटीट्यूड है, टू मेक अ डिफरेंस का एटीट्यूड है, टू कंट्रीब्यूशन का एटीट्यूड आपके लाइफ में है, तो आप हमेशा सस्टेन करोगे, आप री इन्वेंट कर पाओगे, आप इनोवेट कर पाओगे. और अगर आप सोचोगे मेरा नाम, मेरा तरीका, मेरा ही मेरा, तो आपको बहुत जिंदगी तक नए नए लोग आ जाएंगे और आप साइड में हट जाएंगे. सो व्हाट इज इम्पोर्टेंट इज एटीट्यूड आपका सही होना चाहिए. एंड एटीट्यूड का मतलब है उसमें आपको स्मार्ट वर्क करना आना चाहिए, स्मार्ट के साथ हार्ड वर्क करना आना चाहिए. अभी दोनों के अलग अलग मतलब.
Archana ji, when we talk about hard work, I think that is something I would really like to talk about. Yes, I would say the generation now does a lot of smart work, but I think somewhere I feel that they are a bit hesitant for hard. Everyone wants to make quick buck. That's their only agenda. कि हम पैसे कैसे ज्यादा बनाए. Agree, that has to be the mindset. I'm not saying there's anything wrong in that. But you have to be, good money comes with good hard work. It can come with smart working, but you have to be even ready for, like, आज अगर आपको खुद की ऑफिस में झाड़ू पोछा भी करना है तो you have to be ready to do that. ऐसा नहीं है कि no, I have to have somebody to do that. So
in fact, Prerna, I strongly feel that smart work requires a lot of hard work, because उसमें thinking बहुत करनी पड़ती है. हार्ड वर्क में कई बार थिंकिंग का इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं होता, बट अगर आप स्मार्ट वर्क करोगे ना, you have to be specific, you have to be measurable, you have to be goal oriented, you have to make sure that your turnaround time is there. So there's a lot of thinking, planning, the plan, do, check, act, PDCA जिसको हम बोलते हैं. All these have to be applied. There are a lot of management principles that you have to learn, apply, see. So I think it's very important while one is doing all this. Again, the point here is, are you somebody who is ready to serve and make a difference? Are you thinking from those lines? If that is the context, I think things will flourish. And you've been going to be the best aspiration. And I think why Prerna, why I'm chatting with you is there's so many people I can talk to. But you know, I mean, as the head of the institution, मुझे जरूरत नहीं थी कि I could have had a student or somebody, you know. But I love your whole attitude where you want to make a difference. I love the attitude that you want to make sure that young people, आप एक ब्लॉगिंग कर रहे हो, आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हो, पर आप चाहते हो कि यंगस्टर्स को कुछ मिले लाइफ में, उनके लिए आप वैल्यू क्रिएशन कर सको, आप अपने जूलर्स के लिए वैल्यू क्रिएट कर सको. So I think that's commendable, and I think that's what makes people click. Yeah. So thank you so much.
In fact, there are a lot of students who also intern with me. So you know, I think it just has to be, one has to have a giving attitude than just thinking that, you know, I have to keep receiving all the time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prerna, for
Thank you, Archana ji.
For being, and I'm sure, you know, we'll have you do a special session with our students separately. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to seeing them on the designer talks, and wishing you all a very happy Eid. Have a fantastic day ahead.
Yes, that's great. Yeah, हाँ, बहुत ईद की शुभकामनाएं सभी को, और राखी की भी बहुत शुभकामनाएं.
बिल्कुल.
सोमवार को रक्षाबंधन की बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Namaste.